Welcome in, everybody. Region football wrap up for you here from the Centier Bank studio from the Athletic Performance Factory. We got a whole host of people in the crowd tonight. Jason, yeah, see, you can hear them. We'll get everybody a lapel mic. We'll get them all talking because a lot of people want to talk. I know Jay is clamoring to talk about something in the background back there. He was also, because he likes to talk, he was also trying to get me to laugh earlier just a few minutes ago. Didn't work, Jay, but nice try. Michael Brandner, Matt Skura here alongside as we get set for all the scores from Week 7. It was entertaining. I know we saw some blowout games on our air for our 4 games, but we had some close games. We also saw some really entertaining parts of these games, and teams really, even though the score may have been where they wanted it to, were really fighting hard and not giving up in those games.
Yeah, the Valpo Maryville game was close.
Yeah.
Maryville pulled away in the second half. Same thing with Michigan City. Portage really wasn't doing a whole lot on offense, but they were holding Michigan City down. So
yeah,
and Wheeler
and Chesterton Lake Central was close
Chesterton
for a while.
Lake Central, we'll get to those games in a bit, but some very exciting games that we had on the air.
All right, a couple of matchups to talk about here to get things started with region football wrap up. You had the number 3 Andrean 59ers that were heading out to Angola, all the way on the eastern part of the state, and they get the win. They get the win 35-7. So a big win for the Andrean 59ers. 6-1 now on the season. Just a team that's kind of just rolling along at this point, doing everything they're supposed to be doing, and before you know it, they're looking at a chance at that NCC championship outright if they can.
Oh yeah, definitely. They they're rolling. They're playing a lot of bigger schools too, so
yeah, really
preparing them for the playoffs. And at the end of the game, yes, all the conference stuff is great, all the accolades is great, but main goal, get to the state championship.
100%. Over at River Forest, I told you one of these two teams is going to pick up their 3rd win of the year, and it was the River Forest Ingots. They improved now to 3-4. They get the win at 23-6 over the Bishop Knoll Warriors. River Forest kind of moving on at this point. Then we do have another matchup that is going to be played tomorrow in the middle of the day, 3 p.m. over at East Chicago. That'll be Bowman Academy and North Newton. I already made a guarantee one of these two teams is going to go over 500 for the year. One of them will go under. I say that because they're both 3-3 on the year. Clearly, I got all the hot takes for you here on the Region Sports Network. A game that was actually really close and very entertaining all the way down to the final minutes of this one over at Wheeler. The Bearcats are able to hold on and improve to 6-0 on the year with a 21-16 victory over the Calumet Warriors. As depressed as Justin Cole is right now, we have had plenty of food here at the Athletic Performance Factory at the Centier Bank Studios. We're a little bit we're calming them down. We're making them happy, but over in Wheeler, they're really happy. They got the 21-16 victory.
Yeah, both offenses were high-powered offenses, but the defenses shined in this
game. Low scoring.
Yeah, Calumet got a safety and a pick 6 in the game, so half of their points came off the defensive turnovers and mistakes by Wheeler's offense.
So Wheeler improves to 6-0 on the year. Probably one of the more shocking scores of the evening over at Lake Station. You had the East Chicago Central Cardinals getting a 58-20 victory over the Lake Station Eagles. Lake Station coming in 5-1 on the year. They will now drop to 5-2. East Chicago picking up their 6th win of the year. I'm sorry, their 2nd win of the year. So nice job by East Chicago on that one, 58-20, the final over there. Then over in Hammond, over at the Governor's Mansion, you had the number 10 Morton Governors with the 76 whole points, not 6-7, but 76 points over the Hammond Central Wolves. They get the win over there. I got plenty of people to laugh in the background at that one, so that works there. So Morton now improves to 5-2 on the year. Hammond Central still looking for that first W of the year. We will have next on our list, and we were playing mention to Jay Simmons just a few moments ago. His Griffith Panthers get the win 49-12 over the West Side Cougars. They improved to 6-1 on the year. That team is just rocking and rolling right now.
Yeah, they're putting up the numbers on offense, and their defense is really coming into their own now. With the anomaly of the Lowell game, they've only given up maybe 20 points.
And that's,
you know,
a loss like that in the middle of the year, you start building these wins, and you kind of, there's a little pride in yourself, a little pep in your step, and then all of a sudden you kind of get smacked down a little bit, kind of the ego check maybe in some cases. Not that they were carrying a big ego, but it's just kind of a wake up call, like, okay, we are not invincible, and this could be, one of those things that you circle on the calendar. You're like, okay, how are we going to improve from here? How is this going to propel us? And that could be one of those types of games.
Yeah, it shows that you need to get better when you take that loss. And the next 2 weeks, Griffith has Calumet and Wheeler. Both of those games, you win both of those games, you're conference champs.
Yeah.
So
entertaining,
that's something to build on then to get into sections.
Yeah, it'd be entertaining to see how this one all plays out for the Griffith Panthers. Again, they are number 6 in our RSN top 10 poll. And then Boone Grove getting the win 28-16 over the Whiting Oilers over in Whiting. Boone Grove now improves to 3-3 on the year. Plenty more to talk about. Who won the Battle of the Bridge? We're going to have to stay tuned because we've got that result for you. Is it staying red? Is it going blue? Where is it going to go? We're going to find out on the other side of the break. You are watching Region Football Wrap-Up here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday Night Football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Region Football Wrap-Up here on the Region Sports Network from the Centier Bank Studios at the Athletic Performance Factory. Michael Brander, Matt Skura alongside. All right, Battle of the Bridge. This one's staying with the Munster Mustangs, 35-0 over the Highland Trojans. Munster got the win last year as well, picks up their second win of the year. But pretty impressive, the Munster Mustangs, 35-0, blanking the Highland Trojans tonight.
Yeah, get their first shutout of the year. Offense is rolling. I don't know too much how they scored their touchdowns or anything like that, but 35-0 is still an impressive win.
And his shirt's going to say red, just like the bridge as well for the Munster Mustangs.
We had the red-blue going. So
we talked about this. We coordinate when we get ready for the Region Football Wrap-Up show, and just hanging out here.
Our Battle of the Bridge shirts.
Yeah, that's what we were repping today. That's what we called each other this morning. That's what it was. Moving on down the line, Hanover was hosting the number 8 Hobart Brickies. Hobart getting the win 42-23. So Hobart improves to 5-2 on the year, picks up another NCC victory. Moving down the line on the game that you saw right here on the Region Sports Network over at Chesterton. Chesterton picks up the win 27-6 now over the Lake Central Indians. Now, again, this is another game, and this is another situation for Lake Central where the score really doesn't indicate how close this game was for a good chunk of time in this game.
Absolutely. Lake Central got the quick touchdown with their the halfback pass. Then they drove down to Chesterton's 5-yard line, fumbled on the goal line, and then they drove down again, fumbled.
Yeah,
Chesterton picked it up and ran it back. So there's a 14-point swing, 14-point swing right there.
Right, absolutely. So
the score is doesn't indicate how close the game was played.
And that's back-to-back for Lake Central as well, because they had a close game against Michigan City last week leading into that fourth quarter, and then the wheels just kind of fell off the wagon on that one. But man, Chesterton, I'm telling you, there's just something. I'm getting some kind of vibe with this defense. Lucas Anderson, another defensive touchdown tonight. Really impressive the way that they've been handling things. Improved now to 5-2 on the year. They're keeping pace with the leaders, or at least in that second tier, if you will, because obviously Crown Point still staying in that top tier. We'll give you the final score here in just a moment. But man, oh man, Chesterton, this is a team that I feel like if you're picking a sleeper team right now that might make a little noise in that sectional round, might be these Chesterton Trojans.
Absolutely. They're 4-1 in conference now, so they're a game back. They got Crown Point and Maryville the next 2 weeks. So, they can make some noise and possibly, get a share of the DAC title there if they win out.
Yeah, if they were to win out, because they will face both Crown Point and Maryville. So this is going to be a really good test for them these last 2 weeks of the year. In fact, we will have that Chesterton-Crown Point matchup right here on the Region Sports Network next week. Little breaking news on that front. We'll reveal all of our games coming up throughout the week, but we will have that one for you. Another game to keep in mind in the Duneland Athletic Conference, and again, another win for the Crown Point Bulldogs. They get the win over LaPorte 42-7. I was kind of thinking LaPorte might be able to keep a little bit better pace in this one, but it just goes to show you this Crown Point team just continuing to roll. There's already enough adjectives that we can just use to describe this team. They're just rocking and rolling. 6-0 now. I'm sorry, 7-0 now on the season.
Yeah. For Crown Point's defense, though, it was pretty, I don't want to say easy to focus, but LaPorte struggles with the passing game, so they can focus on the run. They can focus on LaPorte's main man in the backfield, and not give up.
Right.
Not give up anything. So I think from what I'm gathering though is the Crown Point starting defense pitched another shutout. LaPorte scored on
later in the game.
In the game. So
yeah, Crown Point 37 points a game, giving up only 8. You're going to win a lot of ball games that way. Moving on down the line, back to the NCC, you've got the Lowell Red Devils who pick up the victory 56-14 over in Kankakee Valley. So they improve to 6-1 on the year. Then back to the Duneland Athletic Conference, the game you saw right here on the Region Sports Network, a game that was close for a while, kind of broke away late for the Maryville Pirates, but the Valparaiso Vikings played host to Maryville, and Maryville got the win 48-21. Maryville now 5-2 on the year.
Yeah, Valpo had them close. They scored right before half, a couple minutes left in half to take the lead, 21-20.
I was going to say they had the lead.
And then I don't want to say they let Maryville, but Maryville marched right down the field to get a score right before half. And then Valpo came out of the half with the ball, went 3 and out, and it was all Maryville from there.
Yeah, they were doing a good job keeping pace for the most part during this game. And then just, again, Maryville pulling away like they did against Michigan City a few weeks ago. In that one.
Well, the big thing there too was Maryville made Valpo go one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Once Valpo got up Maryville got up 2 scores, Valpo went.
I
don't want to say exclusively to the pass, but
limited their options.
Yeah, they limited their options. So now Maryville can sit back, they can shoot blitzes, they can attack the quarterback. The D-line can pin their ears back and just go after it and not have to worry about the run game.
Yeah. All right, staying in the Duneland Athletic Conference, and another game that you saw right here on the Region Sports Network. We had 4 tonight, not too shabby for us. That's why we had the quad box going on during RSN Zone. But Michigan City, man, talk about a drubbing today. They got the win 43-3. They played a close game against Lake Central for that 3 quarters and then broke away in that game last week. Really kind of took it to the Portage Indians tonight, 43-3.
Yeah, they were up, 22-3 at half. Mm-hmm. You know, Portage was hanging in there defensively. You know, they weren't giving up a lot, but Portage just couldn't get anything going on offense. And then Michigan City just took over and
as we've been seeing them do, and again,
rolled it in the second half.
It's probably a game where they didn't. We don't know the exact amount of penalties. I didn't see a whole lot of penalty markers against Michigan City, a whole lot. So situations where they were in control, they weren't, costing themselves any yardage and just really kind of playing the game that they're very capable of playing. And why a lot of us think that this is another team in their class that can make some noise as long as they're not committing their own self-inflicted mistakes. They can do big things. This is a team that has a lot of firepower.
Yeah, they do. They offensively, they have a couple really good receivers. Quarterback can throw the ball around.
Yeah.
Dual threat quarterback. They have a good running back. They're producing a lot on offense. Big plays, though. Big plays. They still need to get to that point where they can drive the ball downfield. We all love the big plays, but you can't rely on the big plays come playoff time. You got to be able to control the ball, move the ball downfield. Because again, you get into one of those shootout games, you can score quick, but if the other team scores quick,
again, it always comes down to who makes the fewest amount of mistakes.
Right.
That's what's going to kind of win you that ball game. All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment. We come back, we'll do one final wrap up through the scores, and then talk to you a little bit about what's coming up on Sunday as well. So stay tuned. You're watching Region Football Wrap Up. You're on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Life isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that matter the most. Of effort, of a dream taking root. And behind those moments, there's trust. Thank you for trusting Centier Bank with those moments and making us a part of your story. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your trust.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce. This is where the athlete shops.
Welcome back to Region Football Wrap-Up here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here and Matt Skura alongside with you. All right, let's go ahead and run through these scores again real quickly. Andrean gets the win over Angola, 35-7. River Forest gets the win over Bishop Knoll, 23-6. Bowman and North Newton will play on Saturday. And then Wheeler got the win over Calumet today, 21-16. East Chicago getting the win, 58-20 over Lake Station. Morton gets the win, 76-0 over Hammond Central. The Munster Mustangs get the win, 35-0 over the Highland Trojans, along with the Hobart Brickies getting a win over Hanover Central, 42-23. Chesterton with the win, 27-6 over Lake Central. And then you've got the Crown Point Bulldogs with the win, 42-7 over LaPorte. The Lowell Red Devils all over Kankakee Valley tonight, 56-14. And then you've got the Maryville Pirates on top of Valparaiso, 48-21. Michigan City gets the win over Portage, 43-3. The Griffith Panthers with a victory, 49-12 over Westside. And Boone Grove with the win, 28-16 over the Whiting Oilers. So there are your final scores. You can continue to check out those final scores in case you missed any of those on our Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard Update. And as you can see, on Sunday, right here from the Athletic Performance Factory, we will have the preseason pinfall party for you. We will have interviews with coaches and wrestlers, both the boys and the girls side, all day long from noon to 3 and then 4 to 7. A couple different streams going on. We'll be talking to everybody, just getting you set for the upcoming wrestling season. So preseason pinball party right here on the Region Sports Network from the Athletic Performance Factory here in Highland. All right, any final thoughts on Week 7, Matt?
No real big surprises here this week. You know, all the teams, maybe minus the East Chicago game.
Yeah.
Everybody we thought would win won, you know. Some a little bit closer than others. Some were more defensive battles than offensive battles. But good week. Good week to call games. Good week to watch the games and be a part of all this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually, I know he's kind of hanging out in the back. I'm going to start doing some final credits, but our sports director, Mike Dewan, in the back, he's not paying attention, though. We'll get him over here. Can he come in here and do final credits for all of our broadcast crews? He knows all this kind of stuff. I'll start with the executive producer, Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. We got Zach Miller, who was doing a lot of the production tonight as well. Yeah, we're not mentioning Jay Simmons anymore. Right? There's a limit on name mentions in this one in these kind of nights. And we got Mike Dewan. Do we have to give him? We gave him the.
No, yeah, I'm just. Got my tippy toes up here.
On his tippy toe. We can't even get him a chair.
Nah, man, I'm not feeling
it. Justin Cole also working the production tonight as well. Graham Sticken is doing all the scores on the Strachan Van Til Hometown Scoreboard Update. Great job as always. Our sports director, Mike Dewan, here. He's got the final credits for all of our broadcast crews tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to everybody at our 4 locations this evening. For the crew at Wheeler, we had Joe Heinrich, Quincy Bell on the call. Aaron Svetland made the trip out there, did a great job in short notice. As well at the crew with the Chesterton and Lake Central game, it was myself, Kevin Malater, and Paul Vela holding it down over there. At Michigan City, it was Andrew Mild, Clint Klaus, and Caleb Bernard. And at, what was our other game? Our other game was LC Chesterton. No, it was Valparaiso and Maryville was our 4th game. Jay Simmons clapping in the back, the one and hopefully the only Jay Simmons. Leo Stoudiker doing a great job on play-by-play, Zach Zanelli as well. Our fantastic producer, Martin Murillo Jr., was the man behind the lens. And, of course, you two gentlemen for holding it down here as well. And, of course, Justin Cole. Zach Miller as well. A lot of things that have to go on, and Zach Miller's usually the guy to call when things go a little bit awry.
Told you, he's the Swiss Army knife of the Region Sports Network.
The Swiss Army knife. But, yeah, a big family here at, 4 games and a little bit more some change. A lot of moving pieces and a lot of people to thank. So, cannot thank them all enough. Sure.
All right, there we go. Sports director Mike Dewan gets the big hand. All right, that'll wrap things up here from the Centier Bank Studios at the Athletic Performance Factory. This has been Region Football Wrap-Up here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, my name is Mark Machnick. I'm the owner of Mark Machnick CPA firm in Highland, Indiana on Kennedy Avenue. I've been working with Region Sports for years now. Started working with Chris years ago, just on some special projects, advertising here and there. After a while, kind of increased the advertising. Mainly was doing it for the community involvement. It's such a great network and program they do with the high school sports. But as time went by, I started getting on there more frequently. And then the phone starts ringing. And I was getting calls all the time from people. Hey, I saw your ad on so-and-so football game. I saw your ad on a basketball game. And it's really helped my business. It's increased the volume. We're a tight community in Northwest Indiana, sports-wise, and just a lot of community involvement. So that's mainly why I got into it. I remember watching one game. It was a basketball game, and I think there was a little bit of an altercation. And as the altercation was happening, my ad was right on the bottom, and someone typed in, "I wonder what Mark Machnick's thinking right now." And I was thinking, "Wow, this is awesome." It's really been a great feature for my business. It's the only advertising I do. I don't advertise anywhere else other than Region Sports. It's for the business, but mainly for the involvement with the community. I played high school baseball here in Highland. And ever since I've been advertising on Region Sports, a lot of my old coaches are now my clients. A lot of my old teammates come in here. My recommendation, if you're a business here in Northwest Indiana, I think Region Sports is, for your money, it's one of the best places that you can advertise. I mean, I can advertise on billboards. I could do anywhere I want to. And I choose Region Sports, mainly because I get a lot of feedback. Especially on the high school level, a lot of the parents, if they can't make a game, they're watching it online. They're watching a replay, the grandparents. So it's done wonders for my business, and it's my go-to for advertising. It's the only spot I would advertise. So if you're a business owner in the area, really look into advertising on Region Sports. It's going to be well worth your money, and you'll make tenfold on what you're spending. Region Sports Network, they're the only game in town, but they're more than just a game.